All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I am JR. This is Daryl. My 79 C10 with a turbo 6-liter. If you remember, before the whole junkyard extravaganza videos, I mentioned that it wasn't running right. It hadn't been running right, and I wasn't really sure why. It wouldn't build boost. It ran like it was not running on all cylinders. It was super rich on the handheld. It read lean, even though it was rich. It had a lot of symptoms of a vacuum leak or an exhaust leak. Over the past few months, I think I got this together in like October. So I kind of, I messed with the O2 sensor. I double checked all my connections. I checked my grounds. I checked different things. I checked that the turbo was spinning and the air was coming out. And I'm like, man, why doesn't this thing run right? Why doesn't it build boost? And my friend Stefan was like, hey, did you put the fire ring in the wastegate? And immediately I had flashbacks of building that, I guess it's a downpipe, but fender exit, and cut, fit, put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off. And I remembered seeing the fire ring sitting on that little tray because I got tired of trying to line it up. And this is the fire ring. Some people call it a valve seat, some people call it a fire ring. It goes into your wastegate like so, and it seals that valve up. And you see that you can't see anything, and I don't know if you guys can see in there or not, but I can see the blue box behind this now. Yeah. So I came home, I pulled it off, it wasn't in there. Stefan was actually kind enough to send me another wastegate, which I appreciate. But yeah, I'm like 99% sure that that was the whole problem. I'm going to throw it in there. I say throw it in there. It's fiddly. That's how it got left out. It's hard to line all that stuff up at the same time. It can be a bit of a challenge. I remember thinking when I took it out, now I'm just going to forget to put it back in. And here we are. So I'm going to throw it in there. We'll fire Daryl up, see how it runs now, and maybe I can actually start tuning on this thing. Unfortunately, the weather has turned a bit here in central Michigan. It's hard to see, but it's like 22 degrees outside today. It's not snowing yet, but I'm sure that'll come. We have another solid 6 weeks or so of winter. So anyway, I'll throw that thing on there. We'll crank Daryl up, see how he's feeling today, and see if we made a bonehead mistake. It happens. Alright, long story short, that didn't work. It wasn't the valve seal or fire ring in there in the wastegate. I think that it's probably the ground on the back side of the passenger side head. The Hollies are super sensitive to being grounded properly. And on that side I have my transmission dipstick. I'll insert a little clip here. I did have ground dipstick tab bolt, but now I have it flipped around so the ground's on top of the dipstick tab. I unhooked it at some point and I didn't get it in there right, and that's probably the cause. So I'm going to try to reach back there and undo it. That dipstick, my 4L80 is out of a 350 vehicle. I think it was a truck with a service body, but I don't really remember. But anyway, it's not an LS, so it didn't have the tab on the right spot. I just cut it off, held it up to the block, and welded it up where it lined up. So that's interfering now, and I'm going to have to do something different. But if this works, for right now I'm just going to unhook the tab from the back of the head and hook the ground up directly and see what we get. What's up, little miss? It's a nice day out. They're happy. Long story short here, it was the ground. Yeah, it runs pretty great now. coils. The grounds they tell you to put to the back of the heads are for the coils. And the Holley really cares that you don't share it with anything else. Apparently. I was so mad. I was cussing this thing out. I never had these problems with my factory PCM. Like I said, this turbo made boost, like it ran fine before. Thank you again to Stefan for the new wastegate. Yeah, I'm going to be able to move on to doing other stuff now, like hooking up my flex sensor, which I never did because it started running like shit. Dealing with the fact that the turbo feed is pissing oil out all over my floor. Tuning, it needs lots of tuning. You see that it revved up to 2,500 RPM. I had a really hard time getting it to start. Coco doesn't care. I don't even know where Peanut went. Now I'm probably out here pooping somewhere. Oh, there he is. So, yeah. Oh, what the shit? I wonder when my chain fell off my tractor. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I'll actually do a separate video on the tuning. This is a drive-by-wire, which is a drive-by-wire because I already had it. So, it's a little different tuning it to get it to idle and idle cleanly than what a factory PCM is. So I'll do a separate video on that. But Daryl is going to be ready to rock and roll this summer. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it as much as I am. And I'm going to spend the remainder of the winter tidying up this wiring and stuff like that now. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Driveway Engineer, where Coconut will still be spinning on her butt. Say hello to the people, Coconut. She don't care. She says F you.